Okay, now can you hear me? Yes, you should be able to hear me now. It's moving down there. Okay, cool. It was my OBS. Sorry, guys. You should be able to hear me on YouTube now. My apologies. Oh, and here we go. Timing. Let me just watch this for a second. Yes, I'm 100% aware that I'm on full contracts. So a mini, not a micro. I spoke about this last week. That a bad trade on a full contract should be around about 200-300. Worst case scenario, $400. It's not going to blow an account. 5 contracts would blow an account on one trade. I just have to be more aggressive and trade how I know how I can trade. My win-loss ratio normally is like 90%. My drawdown is always small. I cut my losses really quick. I don't have big losses, so usually when I get into trades, I usually have 0 drawdown if I just stick to the rules properly and don't take shit. So I just did a webinar half an hour ago and said exactly what I'm going to do. I'm just going to stick to trend time bar. I just have to do that. The losses that I had last week did not meet my rules. And I just find that when you have trailing drawdown and you're trading micros, it just feels so far away. It was a good lesson, good thing to do, but trailing drawdown is a big kicker. So I'm going to be more aggressive tonight. So that's a 22-point bar. I'll wait for the close on the 30, so it's a poor close. It's not trend time bar, So as I said, I'm going to be more aggressive tonight. I'm going to be aggressive with rules. So it must meet those rules. And if it happens, then I have to take it. And if I blow the account, which is unbelievably unlikely, but if I blow the account, the Apex deal ends tomorrow night. So that means I've still got another day to get another eval if I need to, but I'm not treating it like that. I'm just going to treat it as, if I stick to what I know I can do and that I've done for 30 years, then trailing drawdown is not a problem. So I'll just do one full contract. Once I get to $1,000 up, I'll probably go to 2 full contracts. $3,000 up, that'll pass the account. And then I'll just do the same again. $1,000 up, 1 contract. Then I'll go to 2, $2,000 up, go to 3, $3,000 up, go to 4, $4,000 up, go to 5, and then just stick with 5 contracts till I get at least, I'd need to be 10 grand up on each account, so that'd be $200,000. And then maybe do 10 contracts, really go for it. I mean, you can technically do 11 contracts, so I think 10 would be the amount that I could do if I'm well in profit. And then you just get into insane territory. $10 contracts would be 200 contracts on 20 accounts. And you can make a lot of money very quickly. With that, you take a good trade. But right now, we are in Volatileville. Hopefully everyone can hear me now. And I changed my microphone today, that's why. So I didn't want to tell you but I've changed the microphone where I can actually mute by touching the microphone instead of having the mute button on. Obviously I'm running two different things at the moment. I'm running Zoom and I'm running YouTube. So it's very hard to use, what's it called? Stream Deck. Stream Deck does not work with Zoom and OBS at the same time. So yes, I just got this microphone where it mutes on the microphone, which is great. Hopefully everyone can hear me clearly, which I know you can. I know this is a good microphone, so that's cool. But at the moment, we're just volatile. We've gapped up. We're drifting down a little bit. This is where it should get interesting. I'm not looking for a short, I can tell you that. If you look at how we've gone down here, it's pretty volatile. It's not clean. It's exactly what I wanted to hear, Basil. Thank you. I'm using a microphone that you can't get in Australia. I've tried to find, you can't get it in Australia. So I've got this microphone in Dubai, and it's great. And it does this thing, as you can see, it's got a little color on it. So you can tell when I go like this, you can tell when your sound is on. And I've done it a couple of times where I've been live and I was talking and I was like blah 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 and no one can hear me. So, well, Mondays are fun. This is just starting off the week, so we can't do much at the moment. So we just have to be patient. Yeah, well, we had this problem. Well, okay, I'll turn my volume up again a little bit, but we had this problem the other day where I turned the volume up and then some absolute wanker came on and said, "Oh, all we can hear is your breathing." So I turn the volume down a little bit. I try and speak as loud and clear as possible, but yeah. So I've turned my microphone up a little bit. I don't know really how else to sort of, I mean, I suppose I could turn it up and put the microphone a little bit further away from me. I'll try. It's all a learning process. So that, my microphone is now up 3/4 on YouTube. And I'll try not to breathe. Yeah, well, the wanker the other day said, you know, you can buy a what do you say? I know you can buy, a something that goes over the top, so we don't have to hear your breathing. It's really irritating. And I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry that you're irritated. Block. You know, it's hard enough being on camera in front of hundreds of people, and then you've got someone going, oh, I'm analysing your breathing, whilst trying to trade the fucking Nasdaq. Does it have a sock? No, this one does not have a sock. This one has an inbuilt thing. Yes, it's on a boom. This is on a boom. There is the microphone. And the boom is, I try and keep it a little bit far away from me so it's not too close. It's exactly right, Dilly. Snip, 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 fucking snip. And I know it's just funny, like, you know you shouldn't care, but when someone is like, oh my god, your breathing is really irritating, you're like, oh, okay. There certainly are, Monica. Lots and lots of schmucks. So that's okay. I have to say, I did YouTube a couple of years ago. It was horrible. I've done it this time. The people have been amazing. Like, just everyone on YouTube has been amazing. I've got really 99% positive comments. So it is very much appreciated. It is tough. It is tough to do this. My partner says that all the time. But now that I'm here, I'm not going anywhere now. I am going to keep doing this. This is incredibly challenging trading live. I've said this before. It is very tough trading live, especially doing a funded account, which is even harder. It's very different for me. Trading a live account for me has been a lot easier because I've always had money in my account and I'd have no trailing drawdown. But it's also, this is a great learning experience. And yeah, I know things are going to click soon. The market has been, really volatile, which is actually really good. There's lots of moves. So we're just sort of drifting down at the moment. You can see how we're going down. The bars are very choppy, so it's very volatile. Normally when you get a really nice move, it's nice and clean. So, artist, if you look in the bottom right-hand corner, I'm only doing this for today. Normally I wouldn't do it. You can tell the time frame on the chart. If you've been a student, you should be able to tell the time frame on the chart anyway, even without a timer on there. So I just don't want to mention stuff on YouTube. I don't mention numbers and all that sort of stuff. It's really irrelevant. I don't really trade with numbers and moving averages anyway. They're just little extra things on top. As I've said many times, I always trade with the trend, which is based on highs and lows. That's very simple. I'm looking for a pullback. That's pretty much the bars. So I'm looking for a time phase. We're currently in a price phase at the moment, so we're just drifting down in a price phase at the moment. So on all these charts, I'm just looking for a pullback. Excelente. We can tell what the trend is right now anyway. We know the trend is down. So remember, if I use a moving average is to confirm what I should already know. It's not, oh my God, I need this to be able to tell what the trend is. You should be able to tell what the trend is without any moving averages on the chart. I use them purely for, to add to my confirmation. Is my volume better on YouTube now? Does it sound better on YouTube now? Did that make any difference turning it up a little bit, or hopefully that's helped? I know Zoom is pretty good anyway, so just let me know if that's made a difference on YouTube. Hopefully it's made a little difference. Awesome. You also, I mean, I think how it works too, you've got your YouTube volume and your PC volume. So, but anyway, I've got the microphone right in front of me. And I'm holding my breath in between speaking. Well, this is a rough Monday, isn't it? This is not really what I was looking for. It's exactly what I was thinking, Basil. I think we need to come down to the cash level here to decide. Coming down to this low level here, so I'll show you on here. So this is where we've probably got to come down to. We're in this range at the moment. This is good now with this microphone. I can tell whether I'm actually on or not. That makes a bit of a difference. We've broken through this low. Buyers are not raising their prices. We're on a downtrend. So we're coming down here. We're consolidating here. So we're not moving straight back up. So that's really important, because when we've had these moves in the past, you look at this, like this area here, we go down, straight back up. We've gone down really strong, straight back up. Any sort of pullback, look at this one here, all the way down, straight back up. So in that really strong market, it's always come back up. Now we're really consolidating, turning over. We're just consolidating this level here. We're drifting down. I think we'll come down to this low. I wish we had short-term momentum straight up right now. There's the level there. So we're just about to get to this level now. We've done a lot of price to get to here. Look at that. There's a lot. That's a really significant move. I think we're going to turn around pretty quick here. I think we need to concentrate now, because probably going to have to take some risk here, because once we get down to that low, we've done a lot of price throughout here. If it does it here. Okay, we'll take some risk here. We might as well. Let's see if we can get a PPT or get going a little bit. Excellent. That's a little bit nicer, isn't it? That's a proper trade. Now, I only took that for a short amount because the trend is still down. I'm not convinced my trend and momentum are still down, so I think we'll do that and then come back down, and there you go, I was right. Yay. So what's really funny, and what tells me this now is, like I said, good trade, that's 10 points. If I had a bad trade, it would be 10 points. So this is why it's really good to take a good trade when you start off on an eval or even on your funded account. I needed that trade on my funded account. Get $200 up, and then it's like happy days. Excellent, well done. So that was quite aggressive, guys. That was a pretty aggressive trade. As you can see, the trend overall is down, but I've got an aggressive purple on here. I'm using purple as my trend. It was technically below purple, so it was very aggressive, but that's okay. Now I want to go short on this, but that's the beauty of this. Like that's nearly a $5,000 trade in less than a minute. So I think that's the beauty of all this. This is why I'm persisting with the funded account sort of things, because I just think it's such a great opportunity if you take trades properly. Yeah, it's okay. So So I think what's good about that is I'm happy with the entry, but what I'm more happy about was with the exit. And the great thing about the exit here is you can actually see, look at my trailing drawdown. Look at the amount till it's closed. So that's still okay. But this is the thing when you're starting off, and I think it was a student that said this the other day. I think it was Ben. But in the first stages of doing an eval or a funded account, it's best just to take your profit at the top as it's going up. Take your profit as it's going up, and really you just have to do, I suppose, 10 good trades, don't you? Gee, that short doesn't look too bad now, but anyway. There we go. Let's know with the microphone now. This is pretty bad, pretty average at the moment. So we are coming down to this low. I thought we might get a bounce. It's tried to bounce. That's not good. That's not good that it tried to bounce and it's just been sold into. So when I say it's not good, it's good in a way, because what it means now is what I was possibly expecting. I'll show you on this chart over here. What I was expecting is maybe to find support at this low, which was around about there. We'll zoom out a little bit, actually, go to the 15. So, you know, what I was not hoping for, but, you know, if we found a bar there like that, and then maybe another bar would take over this and do a really big move like that. That's what I was possibly expecting. It doesn't look like it's going to do that now, and the reason is we're breaking through the low. So what we're probably more looking like is I'll just do that. So now probably what we're looking like is just maybe like slowly like that, and then maybe coming back through that level there. So if we do, we should get a move up. I just don't think it's going to be a move up now. In order for this to recover, it needs to be a V shape. And it doesn't look like it's going to do that now. I could be wrong. We could get this in the next couple of minutes and it completely just changes. But one of the things that I use is I use momentum as a very big indicator for me. And you can tell from a momentum perspective, oh, wrong one. You can tell from a momentum perspective that is really strong down, strong angle on the downside, slow angle on the upside. We've got a really strong angle down now. The angle is a lot stronger than the pullback or the time phase. And that indicates that we could just continue repeating this same whole range throughout here. If I was going to do it as a geometric angle, so I'd go to here and look at the range down here. So that's the range there. We'll do this as that. Okay, so that's the speed of the angle down there. You can say it came to, let's just do the 2x1. So that's the strength of the angle there. So if I now take this exact thing and move it to here, that's what we're looking at in terms of an angle on the way down there. So that's the angle. I'd be looking at the breaking of this angle. And this geometric angle here would be the first sort of thing that we would be slowing on the downside in this price phase. But as I said, what I'm expecting is possibly a move here to break the angle, come back up to the 2x1, and then go back down from there. That's what I'd be expecting. And you can see we're already starting to slow a little bit on the bars. So we're slowing a little bit. And now that bar is actually starting to reverse there. So that's the 5. So I did that on the 15. Could also do it on the 5. But the angle looks very fast on the downside here. Okay. We are in a price phase. We need to do some time. I'm going to take a break for 5 or 10 minutes. I will be back. We are already up, which is good. But there's plenty of opportunities in this market. So I'm not going to give myself a dollar figure. I'm not going to try and do anything silly. If there's trades, there's trades. I'd like to try and pass this eval today or tomorrow. But if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. We've got to remember that this evaluation phase right now, an eval to $1 million, the eval is exactly what we should be doing when we get to the funded stage. So I'm not just going to do 5 contracts and hope that it works. If I did 5 contracts there, that would have been a $1,200 trade, you know, or actually would have been a $1,000 trade. It's not worth it because the downside would have been a $2,000, $1,000 loss. So we've got to treat it the same. We've got to be professional. In a price phase at the moment, just have to be patient and wait. I'm going to take a break for 10 minutes and then I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so as I said, a little bit of a move up. I just looked at that 30-second then, but it's just not good enough. We're probably going to get a lot of consolidation now. Not the most exciting Monday, unfortunately. So one thing we'll definitely not be doing is going long at the moment, because if we're going to go long, you'd want that V shape, and we're not going to get that V shape. So that's kind of it. But anyway, so I'll go for a little bit longer on YouTube, guys. I don't think we're really going to get much more, to be honest. I think the trade is going to be later on in the session if we're going to get something. We've had a big move to the downside. And as I said, look at just a huge amount of price all the way throughout down here. Go to the 15, a lot of price, all red bars throughout there. Hourly chart. That is the bar after a pullback. That's the price phase. We've got a pullback here. This is the move. I just think we're going to need to consolidate for a little bit now. Get that out of the way. Now, one of the things that you can see, we've got, this is a 4-hour chart, so we've still got 3 hours to go on this, but at the moment it's gone down and then it's coming back up a little bit. So this 4-hour bar is going to be very interesting how it closes throughout here. If it closes back up and stays inside this range, then we've still got a chance of going back up. Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? It was a really strong bar on the downside, came back up to the 50%, it's come back down again, but it could just be a nothing day here. We might get two of these, like 2 nothing days, and then a move up or a move down. Now we do also have I think we've got inflation figures this week. So inflation on Thursday, retail sales on Tuesday. So that's nothing, but definitely inflation figures there is stuff that moves the market. So, okay, well, let's just keep watching. Okay, guys, I'm gonna wrap up YouTube. I'm just having a look at this at the moment, and this is just not going to happen. I'm definitely not going to go long here. We've got trend straight down, short-term momentum straight down, and I don't want to do anything silly here on the upside. Definitely not. I'm not going to go short either at the moment because we've already had this huge move down. So much price on the downside. We need to do some time. I think that time is going to take at least a couple of hours. So if we're going to get something, it's probably going to be towards later on in the session. That's maybe a good couple of hours away. So I don't want to waste people's time. I mean, part of doing this is it's not the trades that you take, it's the trades that you don't take. And it's very important that you don't spend time in front of the screen sort of like hating life and hating doing it. So we need a time phase. We've just started to turn around a little bit doing with breaking a geometric angle on the downside. If I go to, what's that, a 5-minute chart? Okay, so we've just had a really strong bar to the upside there. Trading view, there we are. Okay, so you can see this really strong bar. If we were going to go short, we'd get a series of small bars and then a move back down. I think what we're going to do here is possibly do, maybe another bar like this, and then the next bar is probably going to come back down like that. So that's just volatile. I'm certainly not going to go long here. Trend is very clearly down. So I'm going to wrap it up, YouTube, and I'm recording everything. So if something happens throughout the night, then we'll record it and release it. I'll do my daily wrap at the end of today. We're up a little bit. Took one little positive trade, so it's good to get started and get ahead on the account. Got about $2,500 to go. And as I said, I'll try and pass this today. When I say try and pass it, I'll just try and take as many positive trades as possible. And if not, like, I'm not going to force it, but if there's no trades, there's no trades. That's the important part. So, okay, thanks for watching, guys. Have a great night. This is going to be a big week. I probably won't pass this tonight, but I think tonight, tomorrow, maybe the next day, we'll pass this, get to a funded account again, and then we'll rinse and repeat. We'll get up to 2,500. So by the end of the week, I would have liked to have passed this eval and be back on a fully funded account, $2,500 in profit. That's the goal for the week. And if I just take normal trades, that won't be a problem. So we'll do that, get in profit, and then we can start to raise the contracts and give it a really good go. And I think that the great thing about this market is stuff can happen really quickly. So we'll do that. Okay, thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great night. As usual, please like, please subscribe. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate all your support. And we'll do it again tomorrow.